Okay. I'll just type that out in Zeus. People know we should be back. I've been playing a lot of Stellaris lately. I have been playing lots and lots. Am I capturing my mouse? I am. Okay. I have been playing so much of this game, but now we'll be able to play some more of it for you, the stream. So yeah, we're I've played these games since then, but now we're here for the Z Fighters of Kame House. Where did we leave off? Where's the camera? What is happening? Oh, I know what's happening. Jesus Christ. Why is it using my controller? Why would I play... Why would you play this game with a controller? And it's not responding to my mouse anymore. Jesus Christ. Why would you play a 4X game with a controller? Okay, good. That worked. Okay. So here's where we left off in the galaxy. I can recreate what was happening there if I do like this. In the heart of the galaxy, but whatever. So here is the galaxy we're in. And here is our current situation. We've explored this leg of this spiral arm, and we've ventured into this one. We're doing warp travel, right? Yeah, we have warp drives. Okay. So we have a bit much to explain it to Kaz, because he's just starting here. But let's start with the top. We are the Z Fighters of Kame House, because we are the Krillin people. And we'll start with our home system of Dead Goku, which sucks. Dead Goku is very poor. It's just a star. It's like there's nothing useful in our home system. But in our home system is Kame House, which is a size 19 planet. Like, here's how many tiles the planet has. We have 12 people living here. Some of them are robots. Each of these tiles produces a resource. Oh, I can upgrade this building. I will do that. We have science stations that produce research. We have research up here. Farms, mines, power plants. Energy is like money, and minerals are like resources you use to build things. And we have food. Influence is what you spend to like colonize planets or enact policies and stuff. Unity is just culture from Civ 5. And you have 3 different kinds of research. We have scientists working on researching things. Currently researching armor for our ships, some governmental things, and AI for our ships. We have a colony. We have colonized the planet of Launchpad, which is pretty decent. You can see that some of the tiles are filled up with crap. We have toxic kelp, volcano, and more toxic kelp. We're building some more robots here. I should build another robot on this planet. But I'm out of minerals. Okay. Robots, okay. You have populations like this that just sort of grow on their own. Like this one that's faded out it'll grow each month. But a robot you can just choose to build, and it'll grow in the same way, but you can have more. You can only have one citizen growing at a time, but you can have a citizen and a robot growing at a time. So robots are useful. Anyways, that's our colony. We control this space here. I also built a border outpost here, which claimed this territory in the name of Krillin. And I did that because there are some planets here with pre-space aliens on them. Like these guys. These guys are machine-age aliens. So they're like between steam and between atomic age. And these guys are not great. They're ugly. They breed slowly. They're good at producing food. And they're smart. But some of these guys are xenophobes, which means they'll hate us. And some of these guys are materialists, which means they like science. So if I can change these guys' minds on being xenophobes, yeah, I'm currently on that right now. This is a Verldlat. I built an observation post here to watch these aliens, and I've got it set to indoctrinate them. I wish there was a way to check your progress on indoctrination, because it gives you a pop-up message that say they've had a societal shift. Doesn't change any of the citizens' ethics, and then you never get another pop-up ever again. And there's no way to check. So this is very early, like this patch that introduced the indoctrination thing just happened. So I'm expecting there to be some changes to that. There's also this planet, which I also have an observation post built on, which also has natives. These guys are militant, which is not good because we are pacifists, and spiritualists. So these guys are basically the opposite of us, because Kame House is egalitarian, xenophile materialists, which means we're scientists, we love aliens. Actually, we're not pacifists. I thought we were pacifists. Oh, this is good. If we're not pacifists, that means we can actually do war good. Okay, so we're just xenophiles. And egalitarian means we use democracies. So we'll have these two guys cooking. And I think I'm building an building yet another observation post here for these guys. So it's very rare, and these guys are militant xenophobes. So yeah, these guys are not great, but they have a very big ocean planet, and they're in the atomic age. So it won't take very long for these guys to come up to snuff and become real spacefarers once we can get them up. Whereas these guys are... What are you guys? Machine age. The farther back in time species is, the longer it takes to elevate them to... Yeah, machine age. So, machine age is like the cutoff point. Before machine, you have steam age. And steam age back, it's really hard to meaningfully integrate them into your society. But it's not common at all to have this many pre-space civilizations all together. But, yeah, machine age is like turn of the century. So we're working on these guys. When I get a message that says they've shifted a little bit, I'll start technologically enlightening them to raise them to the space age. Let's get them up to FTL. And in the meantime, we're going to be looking for other planets to colonize. What's this? Size 16 ocean world. 16's a little bit small, so I prefer not to. And this is a continental world that's size 18, but has a bad modifier on it. So yeah, not so hyped up about those guys. What are my scientists doing? You have scientist ships. You have two different kinds of scientists. You have scientists who work on the home world to advance your techs. And then you have science ships which work like scouts. And I'm sending them out to survey planets, looking for anything, really. What's this? Orbital station. Oh. You have precursor aliens, the Erasians. Erasian is better than the First League, but much worse than the Cybrex. So I really don't care about these guys that much. Shrine to the Old Gods. This is an event chain 2. Our leader wants us to make mines. Okay. We have an alien mural somewhere to translate. Where's that at? Okay, I'll probably do that, because it's... Alien murals are pretty good to translate, because they give a lot of science to whatever... They usually give a lot of science to whatever tile they're on. And improbable ceramics takes a long time, so I'm not going to do it. We've encountered some aliens, but the only... Well, most of them have been space monsters. The only other galactic civilization we've encountered are these guys, who like us. The Union of Multix Colonies. They are exactly the same thing. Oh, they're almost the same thing we are. They're xenophiles and they're egalitarian, but they are militarists, whereas we are materialists. They like us a whole lot. They have a better fleet than us, but are in other ways equivalent. And they like us. I do not want to form a defensive pact with them, though, because I'm probably going to vassalize them at some point. I mean, I don't even think the good result for improbable ceramics is really worth the time. You spend like a whole year doing it, and then your reward is like a bit of research boost. I don't even remember how long the boost to it lasts. We have some factions, which are... This is new. They added this recently. Parts of our government, or part of our people that are like lobbyists. And they're giving us influence each month because we're doing what they like. Having played around with this, when you're egalitarian government-wise, you can, like, basically sort of ignore some factions. Like, they won't cause you as much trouble as other... Like, if you're not a democracy, then dealing with factions can be more annoying. But we're getting plenty of influence from these guys. How are our planets looking? I've played like 3 or 4 different games of Stellaris between this last stream, so I don't remember where I am. Okay, so we've done deflectors and fusion reactors, but we're still early on in this. We've unlocked terraforming, which is nice. That's unusual to get early. Growth time. We started off with Mechanist, so I'll probably want to pursue that. How is our Unity going? Okay, so the only one I haven't gotten yet is... Wait, really? I've not done this one yet? This one's really good, though, because of the growth speed on it, but whatever. Can you pick the Flesh is Weak first? No, requires one other Ascension perk to be selected first. Okay. So we'll pick one of these first, but we'll deal with that when it comes to it. Our Unity output is okay. Could be better. I've got all the tile blockers off of Kame House. We're doing good on food. Can always do better on minerals and energy, though. And I need to learn how to get rid of volcanoes and toxic kelp. No, I thought for... Yeah, droids. I'll get droids anyways, though. Droids will be easy to get. So I guess we're on the part of the game where I should focus on getting my colonies a little set up, get a bit more of a military. Since our military is pretty light, we got a frigate from a anomaly, so that's nice, but we'll have to... Have I got destroyers yet? No. Oh, yes, okay. Oh, I must have just gotten destroyers. Yeah, we have these guys over here. They like us. We found them because I think I found a... Yeah, okay, we have some primitives over here that I'm going to be monkeying with, but over here we have... I'm pretty sure I met these guys because I found a ship that... I got that anomaly where it's like you found a ship with like sick people on it, and the sick people were these guys. So I think one of the reasons they... Yeah, that they liked us at first because of that. Yeah, we got 3 pre-space civilizations all next to each other. They're going to hate fighting over land. Everything in Kame House is sort of sorted out except for this. I kind of need to build another construction ship, but I don't want to. What are my scientists doing? Okay, you're going to survey this system, and then when you are done, you're going to come to this system and research this anomaly. Pirates, eh? Gonna be hard to deal with the pirates until I get a 2K fleet. And considering my fleet is currently 300, that's going to be a while. So let's unpause, crank the speed up. This happened right away, eh? We've made great strides in ridding the Zanami of the superstitions and primitive beliefs that plagued their society. They are beginning to see the values of science and rationality. They will thank us one day. And what were these guys? The Zanami. It'd have to be one of these two. Not them, so it'll be the other ones. Not tactical grid combat. This game is real-time, kind of. Up here in the calendar, I have it paused right now. It goes in clicks, so it's kind of real-time combat. But once ships get stuck into each other, they can't maneuver that well, so it just kind of happens. It kind of happens automatically. We'll see that happen when I find some space monsters to fight. Oh right, yeah, because of the freaking... societal shifts. Okay, so they're still xenophobes, but they were already materialists. Okay. So... So you're saying that after enough time passes, they'll stop being xenophobes? Sure. An abandoned ship has been left adrift. Solar sailor, sure. That'll be worth some physics research. So they're still xenophobes is the problem. I'll let them cook for a time yet. Actually... Oh, these guys are ready. My observation post on this planet started working. Yeah, so these guys are the military xenophobes. Okay. So let's stick this on indoctrinate as well. Okay, so they fucked up. I don't care. That was the Solar Sailor is Solar Sailor anomaly is just anomaly is just physics research anyways. So I'm good on power, but I need more energy. Yes. What are the physics output here? That's a lot of physics. And what do I have sitting over here? Just 6 engineering research. Signs of precursor activity, eh? Well, we didn't start in time, kids. The species that were on this planet nuked themselves. So their big, beautiful planet that I was lusting after, that was a 25 size ocean world, is now a tomb planet. So yeah, that can happen when you reach aliens in the nuclear age, as they start blowing each other up. You can actually find humans in World War II and have them do that to themselves too. Or find Earth and have all the humans gone and have it just be a...
Situation log updated.
Oh, it won't matter because... sure.
System survey complete.
If we turn ourselves into robots, we can live on any planet anyways. So we can just live on a tomb world. Actually, if I had started enlightening them instead of trying to indoctrinate them, they would. They probably wouldn't have nuked themselves, but they would. They were xenophile. Man, my scientists have been screwing up left and right. Are they like super low level or something? Yes, because my scientists must have just died off. Ooh, aliens. Oh, these are... You find these sometimes. These are neutral planets, or neutral stations. Yeah, with giant cockroaches. Yeah, you can find giant cockroaches on Earth sometimes. Because the humans nuked themselves, but... Ooh, research complete. Okay, seems decent. Purple technologies are rare, which means they come up in the shuffle less. But this technology is bad. And then it's not useful. It lets you set your species to be high on drugs, so they'll be happy. But it's not very useful at all. Whereas volcanoes, we need volcanoes. Let's go ahead and stick... Oh, you're investigating an anomaly, so I can't take you off that. Get that going. Minor mandate filled. Well, before this goes off, let's make some edicts, because when I click this OK button, it's going to give me 200 influence, but you're capped at 1,000. So I'll just quickly make some edicts. Ooh.
Situation log updated.
Where was that at? Crystal Codex, you say? Sure. Mineral formation. It houses hologram encoded information.
Construction complete.
Okay, how's Kame House doing? decent. Should I build another robot? Oh, I have a... Hmm. I need minerals. So you can stay here and you can become a mining network. Yeah, there are some good purples in this game. It's just that one isn't one of them.
Special project complete.
Okay, the holographic data documents for the terms and conditions for a trilateral trade treaty. Context eludes us, but Science Officer Husk Brim feels that this find... Oh, yada, yada, yada. We gained some society research. Wait a second. Okay, New Worlds. The scientist that found it is going to get a bonus and is going to pick up a new skill. See, now they know how to do statecraft. Like, okay, so this guy really shouldn't be out gallivanting the universe studying things, but I don't think I have a choice. Scientist 5 or higher. Scientist 5 or higher. Okay, you're just going to go back to exploring. Question is, do I want to explore down here or up here? I kind of want to explore up here. So you're going to go... Actually, what's this? Okay. You're going to go up here and start exploring.
System survey complete.
Okay. Okay, I've basically got you doing what I need you to do. Get some more food production going on Kame House. Or this is not... This is Launchpad.
Construction complete.
What's my construction ship doing? Nothing. Okay. I need more minerals. Always need more minerals. And while we're letting this happen, let's go into the ship designer and make some... Oh yeah, the artisan troop found us. This station we found over here. Where's it at? Was it here? No. Somewhere around here there's a station. And therefore the artisan troop, which are some aliens that... Oh, I should have spent influence, but whatever. These are aliens we can give money and resources to in order for them to make art for us. That's not the least useful thing in the world. Or that's not the most useful thing, but also not the least useful thing. Ah, we have a tradition available. Pop growth time reduced by 10%. If I do that, we get extra core systems. And I get an ascension perk, but I don't know which one I would pick. Could terraform. Do I have any planets worth terraforming? Yes, I do actually. I actually do. I could, yeah, there's the nuked planet. That would be worth terraforming eventually, but that'll be way down the line. I already have terraforming, and I could terraform a continental planet into a... you can terraform... At first, you can, when you unlock terraforming, you can first unlock... Like, you can first terraform planets into similar kinds of planets. Like, I could turn this continental world into an ocean world or a jungle world. You have to unlock other techs later to, like, turn an ocean world into a desert world or make a tomb world not a tomb world anymore. And eventually you'll be able to make planets into perfect worlds that everybody can live on. But I do have a planet worth terraforming. I don't have any terraforming materials, but there's terraforming liquids down here. Or terraforming gas. Do we have any other terraforming stuff? Thing is, I shouldn't be that concerned about terraforming if I am going to be making my terraforming gases up here too. Okay, because if I make my people into cyborgs, they'll be able to they'll get bonuses to habitability, So I shouldn't focus on terraforming, I should just wait. Not going to be doing war anytime soon. Harmony is decent. Discovery is lame, but it is what we're going for. Destroying the planet and rebuilding as a barren world. We might have some barren worlds around here. Yeah, like this thing. In our planet, this is like Mars. You can't live here. Or we can terraform it, but we need climate restoration to do that. And yeah, we can't terraform this yet because we don't have climate restoration. You need that to terraform tomb worlds and barren worlds. Yeah, I'm debating whether I should pick this or not. Because I'm not going to be able to use the Ascension perk right away. Because it'll just be like border range, research speed. I usually end up picking this one. Because my instinct on these sort of things is to invest a resource into the resource that you get from it. If you invest minerals to get more minerals, you invest unity to get more unity, and that's what this does. Can't pick any of these yet. Let's just go ahead and pick one vision. Because the growth time will be... Like, this thing is good. Like, the growth time is useful. So we'll go with that. We got one whole unity out of that. It'll scale better, but at first it won't be that great. Okay, what I was going to do is while my scientists were busy, go into the ship designer, because we just unlocked destroyers. And of course we get some more research done. These will be useful as I make my destroyers. So, okay. What next? Probably blue lasers. Because mining drone lasers will unlock on its own if I can just find enough ancient mining drones to fight. So let's first do this. Whoops. What do we have here? Pirates! Okay, this scientist is probably dead. Yep, okay, nice. Found another pirate fleet who killed one of my scientists. He killed one of my good ones, so... Let's build another science ship. Need to start building these spaceports, too. Yeah, my sensor range isn't super big. So I've been running into enemies and then having my science ships just immediately die.
Construction complete.
Pick up biolabs. And recruit another scientist. Spend this unity I've got. You'll be good. Now, go, Actually, wait. Before I send you off to die... Okay. Actually, before I send you off to die, let's upgrade your ship. Give you a tiny bit of shields, so you might be able to run away. Okay, so let's design some ships. Oh, that's not what I want. I wanted to fix my corvettes first. So 2 armor, 60 shields. No, get out of here with that nonsense. I want shields, not armor on my corvettes.
Construction complete.
No, I want you to go beam corvette. All of your ships start with generated names from your native language. And that was cute for a while, but then I've just started naming ships what they are.
Complete. Construction complete.
Okay, so my ship is my construction ship is currently finished building. What is this science ship doing? Let's send you here in case that research station needs to be built. And destroyer, we'll start with a gunship destroyer.
Evading hostile fleet.
Research
complete.
Okay, you're on the other side of the system this time, so you won't immediately die. Okay, and I got ceramo-metallic. Woo, droids, you say? I've been looking for that. That'll be good. Okay, so there's pirates all over here, which means we're probably getting close to the pirate hub. They have a big place they live. Actually, wait, before you go there, go here. Then go there. Yeah, that is not the red dotty, so don't go there. Yeah, hang out there until that system gets popped up. Ship designer. Yeah. I want a gunship.
Special project complete.
That's what I thought would happen. So send you there to build a research station. I'm full of Unity, or full of not Unity, but the other thing. Sure. Get a bit more mineral out of that. So ship designer. Gunship bow with an interceptor stern to make these guys. Can I squeeze another deflector in there? I can.
Research complete.
I tend to prefer shields over armor. Alright, I can pick that up. Get another civic slot. And we'll name this gunship destroyer. Somebody leveled up. And then I'll make an artillery one. So we'll have an artillery destroyer and a gunship destroyer. We only have the one Corvette type at the moment. I feel like Corvettes have gotten nerfed. They're pretty bad. You basically don't want to use them anymore until you can get better evasion techs.
Anomaly found.
Leave that be for now. As Corvettes used to be pretty okay. They used to be very powerful in the late game. Sure. Because you could get their evasion up to very, very high. I don't have point defense, so I can't make point defense picket ships yet. Missiles don't suck because the same way other AIs, like the AI doesn't understand that they should be using point defense. Okay. The AI doesn't use point defense, so it can make missiles pretty fine.
Situation log updated.
Sure.
Construction complete.
I've unlocked Biolab, so let's build some Biolabs. You can be a Biolab. No reason for those to be Biolabs. Let's get a science lab built here and get these volcanoes cleared out. Who leveled up? You did. Good. Get you here. Get a science station built. Okay. I have plenty of minerals. Actually, wait. Sure. So let's get some destroyers built. I'm building 2 artillery, so I want a gunship. Large weapons are better against large targets. One of my governors leveled up and got intellectual. And small guns are better against small targets. Hmm. Okay, here's a choice we can make. We found a coffin. We found, remember at the end of Star Trek, I think it's Star Trek Wrath of Khan? Is it Khan or is it the other Star? I don't know. Where they load up Spock, dead Spock, into a photon torpedo and fire him out. We just found the photon torpedo, and we have a choice to make. We can either we can let the coffin go, and like not bother it, and we'll get a bunch of society research. Yeah, it is Rathacon. That's what I thought, because that's one where Spock like goes into the fusion reactor, but whatever. Uh, or we can pry open the coffin and study the corpse. In which case, we'll get more total research split between the three kinds of research. Where we are materialists, so we should not be. So we should not be concerned with like petty, like like spiritualism or not. It's just a body. It's a crude matter. And yet we are also xenophiles. So we should be respectful of other cultures. Thing is, there is a chance that if we open up the coffin and screw with it, this coffin will belong to another group of aliens out there. Ooh, they've made a colony, and they'll really hate us for this. So I think I'm going to let the coffin continue on its voyage because I don't want to piss off somebody more powerful than me. Pick another gunship. Start getting the destroyers built. So set the corvettes up to get upgraded. Set you to snag these, and then get back over here and start surveying down. I suppose it's worth saying we have warp drives. There are different kinds of FTL drives, and we'll encounter aliens that use different kinds of FTL.
Construction complete.
But I'm using warp is like one of the most direct. You have warp, hyperlane, and wormhole drives. Wormholes are really powerful, but also pretty annoying. And suddenly, I have a power issue. Do I have anywhere that I could get power from? Have I got... I know where my power issue is coming from, kind of. It's because I've built all these stations. Yeah, I've built all these stations, so my power drain is quite big. Especially since I'm now, pick up gravitating sensors. This is another rare technology another purple that's not that useful. These make your stations, better at fighting, but I never really rely on stations that much. Yeah, they made Hyperlane really poor. Wormhole is a bit too complicated for my... Wormhole makes the initial exploration period of the game. We found a terraforming candidate.
Anomaly found.
Sure. This thing, this tiny moon. We could, yeah, sure. Where can I get energy at? Where could I get energy at? One question is, do I need this outpost station anymore? If I got rid of that one, I would still have all of this stuff, I think. I'm going to quick make a save and check. Do I keep this important stuff? Yeah, okay. So I don't need that. I don't need that outpost station. that'll open me up the ability to build one somewhere else just for the distinct purpose of getting power. It'll also cost me less power than... There's no really big power deposits anywhere around here, though. I'd be getting power for like 6 energy or not. I think... Ooh, a gigantic skeleton. Where is that at?
Situation log updated.
Way the freak out here. Don't care. Let's... we have this now. I guess if I'm having power issues, I could go to prosperity, which will let me eventually make my building and ship upkeep cheaper. So, sure.
System survey complete.
Let's see if getting this construction vessel back in dock will help me at all.
Updated.
Okay.
Evading hostile fleet.
Where's that at? Are you gonna die? No, you're fine. Okay. So many pirates.
System survey complete.
How am I on droids?
Evading hostile fleet. Science ship under attack.
Well, that guy died. Rip that guy. I have to say, I am somewhat annoyed at how Krillin's scientists are getting blown up.
Construction complete.
I wonder. I could get...
Research complete.
Okay. Yeah, our androids are ready. Go ahead and go for destroyers. It's a bit expensive, but I'll do it.
Anomaly found.
Now, the question here I'm having with this place is... There's a fair amount of energy on this planet I could just nab. It would be at the expense of an unhappy populace for a while. But I could colonize this world even though it's not an ocean world. They're toxic to most forms of life. They're a high pressure atmosphere with ammonia things on it. Cool. Size 19 tropical world. This also would not be bad. Because it's got a modifier on it. This is an alpine world. No, I want this one. This planet would be risky to colonize because people here would be high on space spores and would be rebellious to the cause of us. We have to fill out this entire tree. So we're 5 perks until we can pick up become cyborgs, and once we're cyborgs we can basically get in any of these things. Let's recruit other scientists. What am I researching? How old are you? 60? How old are you? 75? We're gonna have some scientists die off soon anyways. It's still somewhat annoying. Which of these is the most useful in the abstract? I think genetics. Let's stick you on there. And then stick you in the science ship. Because you're old, so you're going to die soon anyways. So go check out this black hole. Actually, first I'll send you up here. Actually, wait. Oh no, I'm... Okay, I'm researching. Okay. Hydroponics 2 is useful to have. Lets you build fewer farms. I should stop having scientists randomly die to pirates as soon as I can get these gravitatic sensors because it'll make my sensor range bigger. In fact, let's don't go up there. Go down here, where there's less pirates, maybe. There's still some pirates. Actually, wait, no. Disruptors are important. I would like physics lab, but disruptors are important. We just got ships. Make our sensors better. Give our sensors longer range. It's just a generically useful thing, but will make my science ship stop dying. You there. Go upgrade your ship. And when you're done doing whatever it is you're doing, actually survey this planet, then upgrade that ship, then go back and start surveying planets again.
System survey complete.
Well, I have to know where the pirates are semi-randomly placed. Like, there's a pirate just sitting down here doing nothing in this place. I don't know there's going to be pirates up here in Bitcoin. I can't rename it because I haven't surveyed it yet. How's Kame House doing? Doing okay.
Ships upgraded.
I need power, so you can build that there. Did I already build an Autocathon monument here? I did. That's a fun thing to say. Okay, now that you have nice fancy sensors, maybe you'll see the pirates coming. Yeah. Although these pirates are space alien pirates, they're not or space monster pirates. They're not like the pirates that spawn after you make your first colony. These guys are they have FTL drives, but they will never leave the system they're in. Zanamian societal shift. What was these guys? Was it these guys? Yeah, okay. These guys are ready to uplift. Because they now are materialists. And they are now... I can't uplift them yet, though. Because it'll cost... If I want to uplift these guys, it'll cost me 5 society research and 5 energy a month. But I'm currently running at a deficit right now. I could probably stomach it, but I don't want to. If I am going to terraform stuff, I want to stick these guys onto observation. We are the Krillins. We live on Kame House on the Star of Dead Goku. And our gimmick is I picked Mechanist. We have robots, and we are on our way to becoming cyborgs. I just have to fill out this culture tree, and we'll be able to become cyborgs. Also, our gimmick is I send scientists to their death where they get ambushed by pirates.
Ships upgraded.
But now that my sensor range is a little bit wider, maybe I'll see the pirates before it happens.
Construction complete.
My other gimmick is that I'm running low on power. Well, no, I don't want to do that. Probably because I've been building robots.
Research complete.
Research complete. Farm 2. I'm not interested in any of these, so I'm going to go with the cheapest one. It's the cheapest and also matches his expertise. So, I don't want to... I need to do a naval build-up, but at the same time I can't. This sucks.
Anomaly found.
Sure. Let's... If if I build a frontier outpost here, I should be able to squeeze some energy out of it.
Construction complete.
Yeah, robots are good, but the problem with robots is they cost power instead of food.
Situation log updated. System survey complete.
I currently have food, but I don't have any power. Yeah, so this is a really good game. I can hardly recommend it to people who like 4X. The one real problem this game has is that all of the ways to win basically involve beating people up and taking over their world. And while also you're allowed to make a culture, a empire that hates war. So you can make a war-hating game in a war-hating empire in a game about essentially beating people up. It's like how when you're playing Civ 5 and you're trying for a cultural victory, and you've heavily influenced every other Civ but one, usually Ethiopia, who just refuses to become, who refuses to buy your blue jeans.
System survey complete.
So you have to basically win you won most of the game by your gimmick, but you just have to go beat Ethiopia in a war so you can win. Yeah, but you have so much unity, but at the same time, how do you win? Ooh, election is happening. Which of these guys do I want to win the election? Not you. Not you. Maybe you. Nah, maybe you. There is not a point. I have found no use of Unity after you've unlocked everything. It basically doesn't do anything. I'm thinking either this guy or this guy. So what's my current ruler doing? Minerals and building cost. That's pretty good. How much would 10% energy help me? It would give me 5 energy. So how this works is it's an election is happening. All of these people have roughly equal chances to win. I found that the incumbent does not actually has more than an 11% chance of winning. Slightly more chance. And you can spend influence to support them, which will make their chance go up, but in practice, the one you support almost always wins. Sometimes not, though. You're leading my engineering research. How old are you? Yeah, this guy is not the best guy to vote for because he's 77. He's likely to die soon. Yeah, this is another Paradox game, so it probably does work like Command & Conquer. You're... How old are you? 60? 62. Hasksamas. Are you Hasksamas? You are. This guy wouldn't be the worst. I think I'm just going to support... How old are you? 70. Ugh. I'm going to support you, and you're probably going to die in office, and then we'll have to do another election. We've re-elected our current ruler, Hask program. Yeah. So then my tipping of the physicists from the alien civilization on Chita have managed to split the atom. So that's these guys. These guys who are spiritualist militants. I've not got any message about them yet. So these guys might nuke themselves. They might not, though. But good job on you guys, warthogs. What did I just research? Just another spaceport. Okay. It'll be a while before we get cruisers. Pick up this engineering building because it's cheap. It's good to grab all the science buildings early while you can.
Construction complete.
Faction founded. These guys are xenophiles. Okay.
System survey complete. Anomaly found.
They are currently upset because we are...
Research complete.
Okay, research completes. Ooh. This will solve my problem. I want to get kelp. I want to be able to clear kelp soon, but... In fact, this is good enough that I'm going to stick you on this. I can't, because you're in the middle of studying something.
System survey complete.
What's my construction ship doing? Oh, this built. Okay. Let's targeted build some energy depots. And then we'll come down here and build, where's power at? When there's power here? Yeah, here. Let's build some power building stations. Get some energy from these gas giants. You're investigating that. Okay, when you're done investigating, I'll stick him on. He's done investigating the current anomaly. Oh, who died? Yep, the guy I could have just gotten elected to office just died. What are you currently? You're decent. How old are you? 42. Okay. Adaptable is a pretty good trait to have on scientists in the field. And I think I'm also going to pick up this guy and stick him on engineering research for now. But I'll switch him to the field soon. Ooh. We're going to pick up ship and building cost reduced by 15%. Is Silige within our borders now? It is. Nice spotting that. I would have spotted it eventually, but it would have taken like 10 years. You can rename systems, but I rarely do. Okay, you want me to rename it to Sludge? Sludge 1, and we have Sludge 1, Sludge 2, Sludge 2A, and Sludge 2B. That's my rapper name, Sludge 2B. That's the name of my...
Anomaly found.
Wait, who's found this? You can do that then, okay. You need to go on here. And then I'll put you here and then put you there. Okay. A fresh, boyish young turtle out to survey the world. And see, now my sensor range is up, so I can see that there aren't pirates in these two systems before I actually go to them. When my sensor range was lower... Where's blood at? Who knows? Can start building that. Alright, did I get the... Yeah, I did. I should reform my government. I can pick another one. I could get rid of efficient bureaucracy for now and switch to it again later. I shouldn't have picked it right away is basically the problem. I should be picking it right now. But I've already gotten it. So now the choice becomes one of these fine things. Building costs, no. Faction influence gain, not really useful. Minerals, man, this is so useless. Election influence costs by 50%? What absolute junk. Migration attraction is okay. Police state, we can do that. We don't want to, though. I'm thinking either Beacon of Liberty or Meritocracy. And I think I'm going to go with Beacon of Liberty so that I can become a cyborg faster. I could also switch off from a democracy to an oligarchy, but I don't really have a reason to. Well, if I switch off democratic, I can't be a Beacon of Liberty, so there's a reason not to. Okay. We will change our government to get a tiny, insignificant amount of unity. So that we can become cyborgs slightly faster. Now it's time to upgrade these buildings. I only have Biolab, but I'm working on engineering facility. Yeah.
Research complete.
Speak of the devil. Mining Network 3 is useful, but I'm actually going to pick up deep space installations, or deep space stations. No. Because you need the tech after this. You need this tech to unlock fortresses, which you also need, you need the fortress tech and the 0-point reactor physics tech to build megastructures, which I've never done because it's never been worthwhile to do. So if I try to get it early, maybe we can be robots who build giant superstructures in space. Like Dyson spheres. Commie house is on the go. Seems decent. Yeah, you need battleships, but you need battleships to get Fortress anyways. But if you don't pick up Defense Station when you see it, you might not see it forever. Have you upgraded your ship? You have, okay. I did tell you to do that. Now that we've got some energy, let's start working on our navy. Is there also any planets worth expanding to? Nope, it's a tomb world. Yeah, where is this? Sure, research. Where is this place at? Yeah, this is this planet, right?
System survey complete.
I think I am going to Okay, we immediately fulfilled our mining mandate. Yeah, we have Xenos. If I could get a Xenozoo, which I can only get after I... Okay, yeah. Launchpad. Social experiment. A small aerostat colony was floating just above a atmosphere. Self-sufficient and remained several different species. Colony was some kind of social experiment, then they all kill each other. Let's download the notes. Yeah, you're going to build a colony ship, and we're going to build... Science Officer Torban Namta has leveled up and gained military theory. And I have some other scientists also leveling up. Yeah, I'll have to build 7 Dyson spheres. So we can summon Shinron. The energy worm. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and colonize this planet. I won't be able to build a Xenozoo or research these Xenozoos until we're on a planet with aliens anyways. This planet might have a rough start because it's got low habitability, but it'll have a good future.
Construction complete. System survey complete.
Tragic fate, mummified pilot. Let's send you down here to start surveying some more systems. Let's have you survey all of these. You can survey here. And then this, see it. There probably won't be any pirates in this black hole. I'm gonna let my energy reserves build up a little bit, so I'm not gonna fill out this place yet. So I'll send this construction ship back to dock. Some more aliens here. Those are probably merchants or curators. I'll upgrade. Ooh, research complete. What's this? Oh, my disruptor's finished. So I can unlock hyperlane mapping, which is a little useful. Because, well, what this does is, even though we don't have hyperspace FTL and never will, you can never start with one beginning game FTL method and then unlock another one. So we're stuck with warp for now. So I could unlock... This would just show me on the map where the hyperlanes are, which is semi-useful because it lets you... It's basically useful if you ever go to war with somebody who does use hyperlane, and it'll let you predict their movements. But Warp 2... So this is not a useless purple, it's just a wonky purple. But Warp Drive 2 is very good. So I'm definitely ignoring... I may never get a chance to ever research Hyperlane Network ever again. And it'll be worth it just to have Warp 2. Could plop our colony right here. Name our colony. What's the name of our colony, kids? We have Kame House, Launchpad. Well, this is a continental world, right? So instead of being blue, it's green.
Anomaly found.
Sure. This planet's actually not super great to colonize because this doesn't buy me a whole lot of territory. Like, I'm just doing it to get a really big planet. I have influence out the wazoo, so I can just, find another one of these. How's Big Green? Poor at start. It'll become very good, though. Because the habitability issues will go away once I unlock being a cyborg. And the happiness issues from this will go away as soon as I can build a petting zoo to collect these animal pets. Which one's Namek? Which one is Namek? We'll have to find out.
System survey complete.
How are these guys doing? I haven't gotten a... Oh, no. Where are you at? You're probably dead. It has to be in a black hole. So I found one of the legendary... This guy is already dead. We found Gog Magog, Kaz. So, in the great tradition of sending scientists to their death, in this black hole there's a monster coming out of halfway of this black hole, and I just tore that scientist to bits. Well, It was good knowing you, scientists. Man. What can I build here? I built an Autothon monument here. I already have, so let's just go ahead and build another power station. My physics research sucks. I really don't want to build a farm here, but I think I'm going to have to. Farms are like a thing you want the least amount of. You want to have just enough farms. Eventually we won't need any farms at all. If I turn my entire species into robots. So once again we have a terraforming liquids. Size 15 continental world. Could not care less.
Construction complete.
So what scientists are we sending to their death now? You there! Hask Zaman! I order you to volunteer. Now here's a question. Okay, it's this black hole. I can't rename this black hole system. Ah man, this sucks. I'm gonna forget. I can't rename this system to remind me that there's a monster here. Like one of the legendary monsters of the known universe living here. Because I haven't surveyed it yet, so I can't rename it. But I also don't get the marker on the map to show me there's a monster here. Because that space alien killed that poor scientist before they could show up on their sensors. That guy literally died as soon as he spawned into the map. So off to the Howling Vortex with you. Okay, our energy production is doing pretty well because we're getting +6 through a developing colony. So it's time to start enlightening these aliens.
System survey complete.
I can't believe I've had so many scientists die this stream. I've researched better stuff, right? Yeah, let's go back into the ship designer. I've unlocked blue lasers. I don't want all... sure. I don't want all disruptors. I want like a disruptor. I said I don't want all disruptors. I want some disruptors.
Construction complete.
Can I squeeze another deflector on here? I can. Can I stick up?
Construction complete.
There we go. That's what I want. Yeah, that's... Interesting. We saw some asteroid activities, and it inspired our students. Actually, what do you do? 6 damage, 8 damage. Yeah, you get that, and we can go with the disruptor there. Okay, upgrade the fleet, and we'll start with a naval build-up now that I have a bit of an economy going.
Situation log updated.
Alright, I know what this is. I saw this. Yeah, we have more aliens here.
System survey complete.
Did I get engineering lab? I did.
System survey complete.
Start getting these engineering facilities built to help shore up our... It's my physics... It's my physics, that's suffering. Which is actually a pain. We're going to need physics. Well, I can shore up my physics research with some edicts, so it'll be fine. Yeah, usually I don't have science ships die this commonly. Usually you have science ships die because they fuck up an anomaly so much they die. Okay. See, here's my things. Oh, wait a second. Here it is. This should be where the pirate hub is at.
Colony established.
Big Green is ready to go. Yeah, see, these guys, starting to... base happiness rather low. First thing we're going to want to do is get a spaceport built. And then get this volcano cleared out. I'm doing okay on food, so I don't have to focus on that. Yeah, this planet's going to be really good.
Research complete.
And here we go. How important is jungle? We have a dense jungle. I don't think I care, and that dense jungle is over an empty tile, so I don't care about jungle at all. Frontier Clinic will be useful at first.
Construction complete.
Who died? Our Chancellor Hask program died. Okay, he didn't get 5 years into his, He died early. That's what I thought would happen. Scanning around for useful politicians. Hask Samas, you're fine to elect. I think. Actually, you, commanding the ISS Alam Gaushan. You're perfect. Because I don't give a shit about you. The ISS Alam Gaushan. He'll make building destroyers cheaper, and he'll get me more minerals. So this guy, I'll support him twice. I love him so much. So this scientist just graduated from science school. Spent like a week on a science ship, and now is now running for office, and he's going to be elected chancellor chancellor of the world. I want cruisers, but they'll take forever to research, and that Bentherian power plant. This might be a mistake, but I'm going to be greedy and go for the power plant.
Situation updated.
There we go. Need to recruit another scientist now. Because the guy who was working on a ship is now the leader. Torba de Gatshish. Get out there and survey some worlds. Actually, first, let's have you prove your mettle by researching this. Actually, no. There's no reason to do that. Survey this system. I'll have you come back after you gain a level.
System survey complete.
And we get my influence right back. These are the curators. They are keepers of secret knowledge. They're also spaghetti. And they sort of make mist come out of their body. I never noticed that. That's a size-fitting continental world. Don't care. Big Green? How Big Green doing? Getting that going. Power plants are okay to build. Basic power plants are worth building, but basic mines are not. I'm doing good okay on food, so I don't have to build that yet. So, let's start getting... Yeah, man, look how cheap these destroyers are to build. Let's ruin our energy economy by doing a naval build-up. And we're still 3 years away from getting Warp 3. Yeah, just telling me that this, you can go here. This is a Bentherian stone. It'll make, when I unlock Bentherian power plants, I'll get something like 13 energy from that tile. Okay, what is our bigger upkeep? Probably building. Yeah, our building maintenance is way higher than our ship maintenance. Yeah, there are multiple curators, and I don't know why. If you hire one curator to help you,
Anomaly found.
if you hire one curator to help you boost your research, you can't hire both of them.
System survey complete.
Okay, my energy production is high enough that I think I'm okay starting to go out and build some more stations. I'll start with high-value targets, like this giant engineering station here. There's physics here that I need. This is probably a... No, that's 2 stations. Don't care. Build some research. That's a good one. That's good too. Let me start with that.
Situation log updated.
Hmm.
Evading hostile fleet.
We have space amoebas. These guys are sort of dangerous, but not the worst.
Construction complete.
That's what I thought.
System survey.
Let's go ahead and get a line of opportunity edict out for this. And building cost. Get you out here.
Research complete.
Probably at the power plant. Plasma thrusters are useful. And we'll stick Husk Samas on that. You can go... Yeah, this is much better. Have you on there. I should have had you on engineering anyways, because you're rocketry expertise. Big Green finished its... Let's build a solar panel network and then build a whole bunch of spaceports.
Construction complete.
Frontier Clinic is ready. Can finally pick up toxic kelp. Do I have any food tiles here that are not otherwise occupied? Ugh, I don't. Wild animals are on top of one of them. I want to build a mining station here instead of a farm, but it might be worthwhile to build a... Who died? My governor died. The governor of Kame House kicked the bucket. This happens every so often. You recruit leaders at around age 40 to 50, and at first you start dying at age 72 plus. So you have these cyclical die-offs. It's just been happening a lot this stream because I've also, on top of the cyclical die-outs, been having just horrible murdering accidents happen by pirates. This part of the song sounds like an Evanescence song, doesn't it? I don't remember the first part of the song. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Here's the pirate haven.
Evading hostile fleet.
Okay, this guy should live. So this is part of the Leviathans DLC. It adds a whole bunch of legendary space monsters to the world, and we've already encountered 2 of them. We encountered the horrible space monolith, and now we have this thing. This is the pirate galleon Come Closer. The unique class of ship. You can never have a ship quite this powerful, at least not without some trickery with like Aether Drake and stuff. But this is a big penis-shaped galleon that they've built out of some asteroids and put a very nice skull on. And it has very big guns. So this is not a monster, but this is one of the weaker of the Leviathans we could find. Like, this thing is way easier to deal with than the portal hell demon we found. I can probably deal with this with a 15k fleet, which is not that hard to do. Once I get battleships, that'll be like overnight. But yeah, the galleon Come Closer is a dangerous thing and will be not able to deal with this for a while. Accompanying him, or them, I should say, pirates aren't all. Pirates in. I should think of most of the pirates that are meaningful to my life are ladies, so I should not be needlessly gendering up a ship. You have a shitty fleet called the Young Blood. And then you have a very big fleet, or a medium-sized fleet called the Old Guard, or Scarred Veterans. All these pirates were added in the same DLC. Anyways, we'll know to avoid this system for a while, and it looks like this science vessel is not dying. Ooh, more primitives. Where are they at? Teach me about you, ocean livers. Militarists. Bronze Age. Okay. Since these guys are Bronze Age aliens, they're probably not worth uplifting, but they're still useful to study. Speaking of, our uplifting we'll be done uplifting our alien friends in about a year. Okay. How's our fleet doing? Could be bigger, so let's make it bigger. Actually, am I finished? Yeah, I have finished that. Okay. I built artillery, or yeah, so gunship. That's all we can do right now, because this will be 6. This will get us up to 39, and then a Corvette on top. Although we'll be getting some more because of research. We'll be getting some more because when Big Green's spaceport upgrades, yeah, that'll unlock us more naval capacity.
Construction complete.
Ah, Ragnarine societal shift. More democratic ideals in place of the primitive despotism. The value of the individual. They will thank us one day. So these guys are still spiritualists, though. So once they stop being spiritualists, I can start uplifting them, too. Who is studying this? You. And where is this at? Nowhere I really care about. Okay, there's 2 ways this could go. There's a living rock in this asteroid, and the scientist wants to dig it up and look at it. If I say no, it'll add a modifier to it that'll make it a good research place. If I let them dig it up, the rock brain will die, and I'll get some energy credits, and the scientist will gain a trait that is sort of okay. But because this planet is pretty good, and I would be able to settle this if it's a pretty decent sized planet, I may want to settle this in the future because it being an Arctic realm will not matter that much. I'm going to tell him no.
System survey complete. Construction complete. System survey complete.
What construction just finished? Kame House. Oh, Kame House finished building. What did Kame House? They were building a navy. Okay. Yeah, I can have robots settle it, and by robots settle it, we will be robots. I need to start building things on Kame House. Ooh, I really need to start building. You stop this. No. Get rid of that. You. We need to build the Galactic Stock Exchange. Then we can build some science stations. Should I build a droid here? If I built a droid, what would that do? Let's just go ahead and build a droid for shits and giggles. I haven't unlocked physics lab yet, so I don't quite want to do that. How far away am I from Kelp? 6 months? Okay. Let's get some droids going on Big Green, though. I completely blanked on that because I've been playing as people who don't use AI. So I'll have some droids going, some robots.
System survey complete.
Where are you at? Down here. Okay. Start surveying some more. We're about to finish up this leg of the galaxy. Ooh, a size 24 Savannah world. That might be even more worth settling. 24 is one away from max. Ah, here we go. Thousands of scientists and advisors we sent to Vert Lat have finally completed the arduous task of bringing the local civilization up to early space age level of technology. Under the new unified government, the aliens have now styled themselves as the Zonami Mandate, and they have agreed to become our vassals. Our observation post on their homeworld has been dismantled, as per the conditions of the treaty with them. This is a great day. Now, what's probably going to happen is they're probably going to hate us at first, have their government immediately swap to a new kind of government, and then they'll like us. Because that's what happened last time. But, there's some xenophobes here. I thought I had gotten rid of that. That's okay, though. We can beat that out of them. So these guys, right now they are our protectorates. And a protectorate is... yeah, these are the space zombies. In a protectorate, they can't settle planets. They get a heavy boost to research for anything we've researched. And once they've researched enough, they'll become our vassals instead of our protectorates. And their being of a protectorate of ours will get us a tiny bit of influence. It seems like they nerfed how much influence you get from protectorates. And eventually they'll become our vassals. And when they are vassals, they'll be more useful to us. And then after they've been our vassal for long enough, we can integrate them into our empire. Eventually. Right now they're just sort of like our underlings. But once they become our vassals, and then we can, once they're our vassals, they'll be like our allies. They just we get, I forget exactly what the bonuses you get for people being your vassals, but eventually, oh, they let you just integrate vassals. Okay, or integrate protectorates. That'll be more useful. We won't be able to integrate them for 10 years though, so they'll probably become vassals by the time that happens, anyways. Surprised this hasn't gone stripy yet. They must have the same colors as us. Because they're an independent nation, kind of. And this is still cooking, this indoctrination.
Research complete.
Tile blockers. There we go, Xenozoo. That's what I was looking for. I should look at my policies and edicts. I want to look at this. Because I do have these guys who are unhappy with our direct... And we can just sort of ignore these guys being unhappy with us, though. Yeah, when you uplift people late, it's basically impossible. It's actually, in base game, it would actually be difficult for us to uplift to integrate anybody at all because we're materialists, and we started with robot tech because of the new add-on. So waiting for these guys to catch up with us would take Like maybe 100 in-game years. Ooh. Here's an interesting thing. The readings originate from a small outpost which the Z-Fighters of Kame House have no records of establishing or indeed authorizing on the surface of Torum 7, or Torum 8. It is staffed by one Krillin in the name of Scientist, a fairly talented and industrious one, if their research on Torum 8 is anything to go by. The problem with regards to the identity. We have been unable to match them with any of our official state records, and they refuse to identify themselves, saves for stating that they are an exile. They've expressed an interest in returning to Kame House and serving the Z-Fighters of Kame House directly, on the condition that the ISS Alam Gaushan immediately depart from Toram 8 and no Krillin in the name of ships ever return there. So we can raid the outpost, and that'll piss off the scientist, or we can get a scientist back into our flock. And the scientist you get off this can be quite good, so I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, this guy's okay. Not the best. He's always a 2-star scientist, and they always have. They don't always have a useful modifier. Sometimes they have a really useless one. I've gotten scientists that were off the exile that were eager, which just reduces their recruitment cost. But I am happy to have this guy, because I'm actually somewhat starved for scientists at the moment. Especially because this guy's going to die soon. So the exile will be nice to have.
Research complete.
What did I research? Plasma thrusters. Useful. There's cruisers. Okay, I didn't get that punished for getting cruisers off. In fact, what happens if I stick you on there? Yep, immediately get a bonus. The other guy's research was plus 18%. This one will be plus 19. Carve off a whole percent. Okay, so I need to go into my ships again. Ooh. More primitives. Horses! These guys are actually decent. Authoritarian. They are authoritarian xenophobes, though. So these guys might be salvageable, but it would take work to uplift them. Right, I have to upgrade my ships now. Actually, I should wait on upgrading my ships, because I'm going to get warp drive soon. Who leveled up and got Arrested Development? I don't really care. It's their governors. Okay, warp 2. I should pick up Sentinel Point Defense, just in case I come up against anybody using strike, craft, or missiles. Point defense are a kind of kinetic round weapon that you use to shoot missiles out of the air and also shoot down they're anti-aircraft weapons. So they're kind of crappy weapons for dealing with ships, but they can shoot down missiles. So, time to refit every ship in the Navy. More than that, every ship in the flock. Even the, I need to get shields. I'm just on deflectors. That's shameful. Think I have to swap this out. That's a shame. Yeah, there we go. You get bonuses nowadays to having excess power, but it's not that... It's useful, but not incredible. You get warp. You get warp. Alright. Get our construction ships. They don't need anything more than that. Colony ship. Go ahead and give them warp 2. Even though that barely matters. Science ships, though. Science ships definitely need to be upgraded. And transports, just auto do that. Transport ships are what carry your armies in space. Actually, no, I don't want hangars. I want, I don't have point defense yet, so whatever. I'm not going to build any defense stations for a long time. But if I make, sector, it's good to keep your defense stations, even if you don't build them, upgraded, because if you make any sectors, your sector AI will definitely want to build defense stations for no useful reason. Yes, start clearing out this kelp so that Launchpad can upgrade. Sure, research. Actually, wait. No, I should research that, yeah. Start getting big... sure. Start getting you cleared out. How far away are we from Xenozoos? 4 months. Okay. I need to upgrade my fleet. Yeah, get out of here, kelp! Don't need you anymore. Where's Alien Mural at? Down here, who cares? I got this again.
Ships upgraded.
For a very long time. Okay. Do I feel confident enough in my energy that I feel like upgrading more of these? I think I can definitely pick... Do I have any physics I have not picked up? I can definitely do it a physics station. Do I have any big mineral deposits? Yeah, both of these are pretty big, 3 and 4s. And I'll pick up 3 society. This fleet says 1K out here, but it's probably a 1.8K, so I don't want to go at this at least until I have a 2.5K fleet, which probably won't happen until I get cruisers. More research. Xenozoo. Yes. Uplifting, eh? Do I have any... Nope, don't have any, but I might later. Uplifting is different from technological... There's technological uplifting, and then there's genetic uplifting. Genetic uplifting, as you might be able to tell from the chimp wearing the suit, is where you can take pre-sentient species and raise them up to sentience. And they usually have unique bonuses to them that are pretty swingy. They tend to have really a pretty powerful upside with a pretty terrible downside to them. But I'll go ahead and pick it up since I think epigenetic triggers is a requirement to some other genetic manipulation strats. It's not going to be very useful to us because we are going to be... Once we stop being turtles, it's not going to be very easy to genetically modify any of our species. And then my Galactic Stock Exchange went off. I can build a... But this part of this song right here. This is straight out of Star Trek 3. The part where the flutes they go doodly 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 doodly. That's like James Horner. That's rip off of James Horner music. I kind of like it. I got hydroponics too, but I don't need it. Did I ever get physics labs? No. I've got a robot going here. Let's build an engineering lab. Or what did I do that for? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's just start building engineering labs. Yeah, that'll work. Do I have any monuments to build on this planet? Nope. I have food on this planet, on this tile though, and I should build a frontier clinic here for now. and send you to work there. Actually, cancel this and have you build the frontier clinic first.
Tile blocker clear.
When this turtle finishes growing and this droid finishes growing, I'll be able to upgrade this.
System survey complete.
Need to build a lab here as well. So I could build a couple more destroyers, but I kind of want to wait on my next naval build-up to be when I finish building, when I can build cruisers.
Situation log updated.
Ooh, more aliens. That makes me think there's just another empire up here.
System survey complete.
In fact, I do believe there are. Let's, I want the situation log. Omnicrom aliens. Let's go ahead and research them. Actually, since I'm in a lull of techs I care about, I should just research these aliens to get their benefits. I tend to put off researching aliens early on because you don't get incredibly useful things. Jehetma Dominion. These are authoritarian pacifists. And they're up here. They're relatively small. Authorized to offer you cordial greetings from the Jehetma Dominion. We built a peaceful system of government that operates under the supervision of a council led by Coordinator Haragma. May our two nations know nothing but peace. And these mean, like, these three, it's just flavor. Cooperation will surely benefit us all. Oh, and because this one happened in a event, I don't get this thing. The splash screen that tells us we now know there's intelligent life in the universe. And these guys mostly like us. They don't like that we can bomb people. They do like that we like aliens. They don't like that we use democracy, and they do like that we are charismatic.
Situation log
updated. More aliens. Ah, honor-bound warriors. Commissary General Clandrax. Peaceful relations with your people, but know that we have more incapable of defending our way of life. We could learn much from each other, the Sukakans. Where are they at? They're over here. Yeah, these are dick-shaped mushrooms. They're very, very, very phallic. And over here we have lizards. Lizards with sideburns. They also like us. They are pretty behind us, though, and they're on a defensive pact with these guys. So if we declare war on these guys, we'll also be declaring war on these guys. Yeah, one of our traits is charismatic. It'll make these turtles charismatic. They make other species that live by the turtles happy, which currently isn't doing anything, but also makes relations with others easier. That'll go away once we stop being turtles. They'll like us a lot less later. So these guys are probably going to be one of the first guys we go to war with. They should be pretty weak too. And you can tell they have neighbors because of the shape of their outline. There's something here. Also some more pirates. Yeah, you can see 1.8 fleet. So yeah, this is probably 1.8. How long until I can integrate these guys? 2248, so in 8 years. It's only been 2 years. Okay. Their borders have expanded. That's partially because of the xenophilia. Okay, let's spend an edict somewhere. Propaganda outcasts. Or propaganda out. Yeah, there we go. Some more. Propaganda is like the generic choice. What's my biggest mineral output? Production targets would only be worth 3, maybe 4 minerals a turn for 10 years. So 300 minerals. Yeah, let's just go with propaganda. Because we get our building a lot of mining stations. So getting some extra influence for that. Yeah, Krillin was also a turtle. We know that.
Tile blocker cleared.
Tile blocker cleared. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the Frontier Clinic does a different thing than it used to. It used to raise the planet habitability up, but now it makes growth time go down. They tamped down on ways to make habitability go up. How far are you from? Ooh. These guys and these guys are going into a migration treaty. They won't do that with us because there's nowhere on our planet that, in our world, they would want to live. But that does mean they're becoming good allies, which could make them difficult to conquer later. I don't want to build a mine here yet because there's no reason to, but we have our robot going. How far are you away? In 6 months, we'll be ready to build that up. Okay. We got our point defense. I want physics lab, but I always chase power whenever I see it. It lets me strap more shields to my ships.
Construction complete. Anomaly found.
Sure.
Construction complete.
Somebody leveled up. Okay, this guy completely finished leveling up. He's level 5 now. Their borders just expanded. They picked a thing that lets them get border range.
Research complete.
Alien mural.
Situation
Don't care because it's way down here. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wait a second. Profits retreat.
Construction complete.
This is a trap. There is a fallen empire around here, and they will hate us for going to that planet. With the name it has, I need to get rid of this animal. I'm going to take a tech to remove 1 block. God damn it. I have more aliens blow themselves up. That usually doesn't happen very long. I've had nuclear planets stay nuclear for like 100 years. Yeah, pick this up. So it's very unusual to have 3 different... It's very unusual to have 3 different planets all together with primitives on it at once. And it's very unusual to have 2 out of 3 of them nuke themselves almost immediately as well. He probably had a higher chance of happening because they were both, Okay, this one will have a modifier on it saying it's a holy world if I should or should not colonize it. But before I colonize this planet, I kind of want to find the fallen empire that named it, if it is one. But I think that's a fallen empire planet, which means it's a temptation on purpose. If we colonize this, a big, giant empire of... It might mean that if we go here, they'll hate us.
Research complete.
Although it's got... Yep, Holy World. Sacred by a nearby fallen empire. Colonizing it will anger them greatly. This big, beautiful world is unusable. Wow, that's really good too. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 blank tiles. Mmm. Should go with this, sure. Probably just the one. Yeah, since it's a holy world, it would be like, they would get very mad at me for this. They would probably go to war with me. And they probably have 2 different 25 or 30k fleets. Yeah, it's got lots of dangerous wildlife on it. So, yeah, that's probably not worth chasing, especially when I have a... Although... Oh man, that's annoying. Because they also won't like me colonizing tomb worlds. And I wanted to colonize this place after we became robots. So we might not be able to colonize those nice big planets anytime soon. Feeling good on my energy production, so let's chase some more research stations. I probably should also start focusing on minerals. Do you have any big juicy minerals laying around? I think they still care about it. There's a big juicy mineral. I'm getting lots of 3s and 4 mineral deposits. Usually they're just 2s. Like these. Unsure. Build a biolab. Build an engineering facility. Still haven't picked up physics lab yet. First things first is to build us a Xenozoo. And then we'll be building mines. Actually, no. First thing to do. Second thing to do will be to upgrade this to a... Actually, cancel. Don't do that. Cancel, I said. We to replace this with a Bentharian power plant. Used to, you upgraded Bentharian power plants like one upgrade at a time, like Bentharian power plant 1, power plant 2. Now they just give you the best one at the start. So they're very powerful. It was just, this one tile was probably worth colonizing the entire planet. Start building some mining places, get that going. Stick you there. Actually, yeah, that's good. Then get rid of this. Get rid of this. And that'll be good for now.
System survey.
And they're stuck at 55% happiness because of the habitability problem. Let's go ahead and full up on influence again.
Anomaly found.
Sure. What am I researching? Frontier Hospital. Don't care. Let's start researching these aliens to start learning about them.
Project complete.
How far away are we? Frequency tuning, not very useful. How far are we from 17 months? Okay. Somebody towed an asteroid around the orbit of something somewhere.
Project complete.
Space amoebas.
Situation log updated.
We learned about pirates. Merchant Guild somewhere. We've known about these guys for a while. Establish a listening point. Yeah,
Situation
we
log updated.
we did a whole bunch of things all at once. Who
System
died?
survey complete.
Ah, the scientist I wasn't using died. Rip in peace, that guy.
Evading hostile fleet.
Where are you at? Mining drones. Okay, we found more mining drones.
Special project complete.
The drones are remarkably efficient at squeezing ever-diminishing returns from the rocks that the Krillin in the name of miners would have soon discarded. So this gives us access to an edict, which will cost something like zero point 0.8 influence a month to make us better at mining. That's more useful than it can be. All of these alien techs you get are completely worthless.
Special project complete.
This one's good though. Space Amoebas you want to go after because it gives you 5% energy credits. We have 11%. We have 11 energy credits per month, and now we have 15. That's permanent, and it scales, so it's good. But yeah, somewhere around here there should be a holy fallen empire. It is an understatement to say they would not like us. The most we can hope for is that they will not feel like invading us for a long time until we can deal with them. They are going to get very upset when we cyberize our entire species. And what's worse is we're not just going to cyberize our entire species, we're also going to cyberize these guys. These guys will also become cyborgs when it's all said and done. Speaking of, you haven't told me yet. Yeah, these guys, they're working off these guys use the hyperlane network rather than warp drives.
Complete. System survey complete. Anomaly found.
I could go kill those. Oh, those are privateers. I thought they were miners. I really don't want to go after any of these until I get a 2K fleet at least. Probably 2.5. This place is coming right along. Well, I think I'm going to do this. Trade some power each month for, sure. For some society research, some unity, and wonderful, wonderful pets. Okay. Yeah, if we had researched hyperlane mapping, we would see what routes our buddies were taking until we integrated them, in which case I would upgrade all their ships to... warp drives.
Situation log updated. System survey complete.
Man, a lot of primitives here. What are these guys? These guys were machine age, right? Yeah, machine age horses.
Complete.
Cold fusion reactor. I don't really like any of these. I could get synchronized defenses. Thing is, I don't like synchronized defenses because I don't like fighting defensive wars. I usually try to go on the offensive when I start wars or end up in a war. I just send all of my fleet out, leave my home completely undefended, go to whoever's I've got the beef with, and force them to deal with me on their turf. I guess plasma throwers would be okay. We haven't gotten anything past blue lasers yet, so that could be an upgrade to our...
Construction complete.
Go with disruptors and blue laser and plasma throwers. start working on mineral deposits, I think. Just snag that. Snag that. Go over to sludge. And I think... Go ahead and grab this too. Now that I no longer have an energy problem, I'm just greedily grabbing up all these resources because Kame House has like nothing. And these scientists are still on Warp 1. How about after you survey this, you go to back home and upgrade? And after you do that, you do the same. 4 years until I can start integrating my protectorate.
Survey complete. Research complete.
And I've unlocked cruisers. Afterburners are useful, but I might not want them. If I am going to be using carriers at all, I should get carrier ops. I don't really like bombers that much, but I like to have a battleship with point defense on it, and you might as well use strike craft if you are going to do that. Anyways, time for everybody to start upgrading their spaceports. Not that one spaceports. Start getting that going. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 more until I upgrade again. Torpedoes are actually good though. Torpedoes are pretty dang decent. Now it's time to build a cruiser.
Research complete.
Frontier Hospital. Yeah, see, here's atmospheric manipulation, which would allow me to terramorph again. But can I make you some of mountain? Do I have any mountains? I have a mountain, but it's worthless. I'll go in on terramorphing, even though it's not useful. Not for me. Ship designer, cruiser. I want a artillery cruiser. And of course, it wants all disruptors for some reason.
Special project complete.
Ooh, interesting. On screen! This one's fun. Our ancestral home. It is always riveting to meet a solid. So these are non-solid gas-living planets, or gas-living species that are reaching out to us because their planet is dying. I was brought hamburger. So their planet is dying, and they want us to transport their entire species to a new planet. I don't know. I like it logical. It's cute. It's not useful because it's not inside our borders, but we will help them relocate.
Updated.
And where's it at? Track on map. It's right nearby. You can research that, and then there we go. It's more useful when their thing is inside your planet borders, because it means you'll have a useful... It adds a good modifier to the planet. So I want a cruiser. I want an artillery cruiser.
Construction complete.
And I want them to mostly have blue lasers. The mediums can be disruptors. And then Still have not gotten improved deflectors yet. That is shocking.
Tile blocker cleared.
Get an artillery cruiser going, and then we'll get a broadside cruiser going. Put mostly blue lasers on you. And now we can start building some cruisers.
Tile blocker cleared.
Let's get rid of the auto cruiser, the one it gives you by default. Now we can start building some cruisers. Artillery, broadside. I tend to favor artillery.
Complete.
Very nice. We decided to name our new home Baldurek after your species. Future generations of Dathnak will always know the name of their saviors. But we are Krillins! Really? Well, sorry. Too late to name it now. We've already printed out the banners and everything. How many am I building? Broadside, artillery, artillery. Let's do another broadside. Another artillery. Another artillery. Another broadside. Another artillery. Another artillery. I tend to favor artillery cruisers, but I like having a few broadsides around so you don't get swarmed by corvettes. Yeah, start getting that upgraded. Should I get another droid built here? I should. Let's get another droid going. So now we watch as our first battle group starts bounding up and down in power. Now start being able to take on these pirates for real. Yeah. Sometimes they always add a modifier to the planet where you can learn. It always adds a society modifier to the planet, and I've had them in my borders before. And sometimes they'll be like, "We found this interesting thing. You should have it." And it'll be like minerals or something. So these guys and these guys have entered an NDA. Okay. Or not NDA, but non-aggression. Yeah, non-disclosure agreement. One of my scientists died. Who are you? You're a tenured scientist and should go home. So can pick up you, stick you on physics research. You won't be great at it because you're a military theory guy, but you're a 5-star scientist, so you'll have that skill on it. And then the guy I just recruited, who is an anomaly discoverer, can election. That guy guy can be recorded. Let's just let it play out. I think the incumbent has a greater chance of winning, and I would like him to continue winning. His ability is now less useful because I'm not building destroyers much anymore. Oh, speaking of selling out our secrets, 711-3.
Construction complete.
Trade deal? Nope, you don't want to. You don't like us. How about you?
Situation log updated.
669, very nice. 3. That's not favorable. You've been at war. Because they've had one of their planets liberated. $652. Yeah. How are you guys though? I really want to... why don't they want to trade with me? This is favorable trade. Kind of. Weren't there guys over... No, there weren't. I don't have anyone else to do research guys with. Well... let's do this for 15 years. This is not the most favorable trade, but how about food? Would you like all of our food? No. Okay, how about some minerals? Yep, okay. 26 minerals for a 15-year trade agreement. Fine. An unfavorable trade agreement, but still gets us something. 2 more years until we can start integrating our protectorate. Maybe.
Construction complete. Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded.
And now we're getting energy problems because I have a bunch of ship out of dock. But we have enough energy that it doesn't actually matter so much at the moment. But I'll still start getting some power plants built. But it's time to take the fleet out of dock. Because this system could have something useful in it.
Research complete.
Basic bomber wing. Mineral processing 1 is useful. So we'll wait for our ships to all meet up at Dead Goku. Okay, we have a nice 3.7k fleet. Let's go beat ass. Send you back out here. And send you out here to Toriyama. Start researching out here. See, now that they have Warp 2 drives, the jumps they can make are much longer. This is a recurring thing in Stellaris, is you think your energy is fine, but then you undock your gigantic navy and suddenly your things go, oh, I know what it is. I'm stupid. I way overproduced my naval capacity. Ah, that's fine.
Evading hostile fleet. Hostile fleet engaged.
Well, I didn't tell him to do that, but he went and got himself killed anyways. Excellent. Because this red dot wasn't on the map, they didn't know not to go to the death hole. So he went there and died. Thanks game. Thanks. Well, oh, these guys are fighting now. Didn't even realize. Here's what ship-on-ship combat looks like. You can get really close. They have missiles and I have no point defense whatsoever. But it won't matter because I more than double their fleet.
Construction complete.
All of my corvettes are probably going to die from this, so it's not the worst. Yeah, that is probably what I'm going to do, is go send the fleet out.
Updated.
Send the fleet out to go pick some fights, so that, send the fleet out to go pick some fights so that I can then go get them killed. That's unlikely to be that effective, though. I'll run it in energy deficit for a while. So those pirates left some wreckage. Who are you? Oh. Actually, no, you don't go there. You're going to build your research station. Well, you can move here.
Research complete.
Picked up that. Cheaper war demand is pretty useful, but the 10% extra naval capacity. Yeah, so now we know that scientist was lucky because he died so that we would get the dimensional horror pip on the map because the first guy didn't. Energy grid will help us deal with our energy problem we're currently having.
Complete.
And maybe we can get some research off this, off the debris left in this system. We'll probably get thermonuclear missiles off of it, and maybe some. Ooh, I hope we get bigger deflectors. Ugh, this sucks. Pick up afterburners. I really hate the
Debris analyzed.
send you to. Where's the closest red pip that needs to be dealt with? Space amoebas will be useful. And then the private ship is useless, but we're 1 in 73 months. Wow, that's a long time. Our Unity sucks. We'll be able to become robots. In fact, let's work on our Unity. Let's get an Autothon monument built here. Do I have one here? I do. I don't here, though. I don't need food. And I can stick you there. And actually, a little over a year until we can start integrating these guys.
System survey complete.
These guys and these guys have declared each other rivals. So they lost a planet somehow. They must have gone to war with somebody and then had one of their...
Situation log updated.
Ooh. Let's research that. And also spend a... How long until I get Energy Nexus? 5 months? I can go into production
Special project complete.
the cartel. They're down here. These guys do not like us, but they suck, so it doesn't matter.
Construction complete.
Let's send a fleet to kill these amoebas. It's funny, I have not been seeing space amoebas so much anymore that leave their system. They're supposed to be warp capable, but they've been inside their own system for long enough time. What are you doing? That system I fought and died for was completely worthless. There was nothing in it. Actually, we'll send you to follow the fleets. As soon as these guys come up warp wind down, this thing's going to die.
Ships upgraded. Construction.
They don't have any shields to speak of, so our lasers should just rip them apart. Unemployed Pop. Send the robot to work in the hospital. Send you to work at the Autothon monument. Which is a weird name. I don't know if I'm Autochthon. Autochthon. I don't really have any more use for more droids here. Fleet is doing well. Have just now broken the cruiser shields.
Situation log updated.
Send the science vessel out to research projects and then survey system. Then send you out here to fight some pirates.
Research complete.
We must have already been having a research agreement happening. Energy nexus. Okay, how much energy are you reproducing? Not much. How much energy are we producing? Also not much, but it's worth replacing this with a... Wait, can I not replace... Yeah, right, energy grid. Because eventually it'll be just as good, if not better. I'll go ahead and have this... Go ahead and have this replaced with the energy grid too. This will eventually produce Unity. And by eventually, I mean in 50 months. You're not doing anything, so let's send you back to Dead Goku. Ship is leave me for now. 2 jumps away from from starting to deal with these pirates.
Incoming transmission.
Nope. Don't deal with star charts because I want anomalies. I have a precursor, right? Yeah, the Erasians. Eventually the game will just say, hey, there's some precursor things here. You should go look at them. So please, kill some of my... kill my cruiser... Kill my Corvette I have left over, and kill my frigate, and then kill some destroyers. Don't kill my cruiser, that'd be lame. Okay. I'm probably going to lose this top cruiser at some point.
Situation log updated.
Send you over here to start research again. I think I'm going to end the stream when I start integrating these guys. Because I kind of want to eat this hamburger I've been given. Just immediately spawn in and start bombing these guys.
Situation log updated.
Where's that at? No, it just told me there. Okay, we have a science vessel checking out one of our systems. We'll see who they are. Okay, all my Corvettes are dead. Big Green. Actually, who produces the most energy? You do. Edicts. Capacity overload. These guys are similar to us, but in a different direction. We could learn much from each other. Okay, we're 1 destroyer away from our fleet being... That's annoying. We'll let my fleet have their shields build back up and then have them fight this, and then probably amoeba regenerative hull tissue is the fun one. Hopefully my shields on my cruiser can come back up. I'm sure. I don't know, another faction. Wealth promotion faction. These guys want us to get 3,000 credits and get a strategic resource, which we could get at some point if we could just find some terraforming liquids we can have.
Research complete.
Afterburners unlocked. Sure, I'll go after Garathium ore. Suddenly, I'm out of food. What's happening? Must mean somebody immigrated. Oh, it's an easy enough problem to fix. I just gotta do that.
Construction complete.
I should really make some point defense, guys. I want to lose a cruiser doing this. That's fine. I did send the fleet out in order to lose some of the fleet.
System survey complete.
I would like to stop losing cruisers, please. Okay.
Situation log updated.
I think I lost 2 cruisers there. Yeesh. And yet my frigate remains, even though my frigate is... The problem with the frigate is that we got the frigate from a anomaly, which means we'll never be able to upgrade it. How's Big Green doing? Big Green's doing fine. How much do we get there? 4? Yeah, that's not worth it yet. We no longer have an energy problem, though. Yeah, why did our food consumption go up so much? I don't know. Yeah, but me building those autocathon monuments really boosted up our Unity issues we were having. I kind of feel like building one here. I already did. Okay, that's why I went into food problems, because I built this over food.
Construction complete.
So now I had too many ships blow up. So now I need to build ships again. But it was fine to get those pirates, to start whittling away at these pirates.
Complete. Anomaly found.
Sure. Let's build a hangar cruiser. Don't I have... Yeah, I have... Okay, I have basic bomber. If you don't have basic bombers, then it just puts a scout craft in here, which really sucks. Scout wings are like the worst. Actually, if I'm doing this for point defense, I might want to have a fighter instead. Because fighter wings are like point defense. Whatever, I'll go with this. But I did upgrade, I did get plasma, which means maybe I want to switch to plasma. Because blue lasers, 15 armor, 20 shield, 60 armor, 20 shield. Yeah, I think I just want to switch over to plasma now. Seems okay. Although, how much have I? I also need to build a picket ship. Actually, wait, picket, yeah. Picket destroyer. $45, 200. See, I don't like that. I don't like how you keep changing armor for shields. Alright, I have afterburners too. That'll be useful. Can I just stick a deflector here? I can. I probably should just do that then and swap it. I prefer shields to armor, but that's just me. What if I just stick a bunch of plasma throwers where I have Nope, that won't work. What if stick a shield here and stick a... Yeah, there we go. I never made my... No, I should put a large artillery on this instead, because these guys want to hang back. But still have not found... well, can't actually do that. Still have not found... No, I don't want to do that. Still have not found larger deflectors yet. Okay, that's probably good enough. Get some point defense going since I am going to be fighting pirates. Switch from beams to plasma. Upgrade the fleet. My food problems have gone away since I've upgraded some farms. Still have not gotten a physics lab yet.
System survey complete.
What is my science ship doing? They've finished. Can you reach here? You can. Because of... I wouldn't be able to make this gap if I didn't have Warp 2. And what's probably going to happen is I'm going to make this gap run into a fallen empire, and then the scientist is going to be missing in action for a few months. And have you start... You can't research any of these projects because you suck too much. Well, that's fine. And you can start researching over here. It bugs out when it see this thing. Sometimes it bugs out when on the last order you give it if its order queue is full. Hello, Foulmind. I'm actually probably going to be wrapping up the stream soon. What do I want to build here? Probably... I'll build a science lab here, and on the next one I'll build a power plant. I've already built an autocathon monument, so I don't really have anything else to build there.
Ships upgraded.
Yeah, see, this guy's unemployed because he's on a tile with no thing. Okay, mass drivers. Getting those handled.
Research complete.
Ah, we actually have some Galathium ore from that thing we just researched. We have some, and also some to... I'm actually interested in uranic crystals. But we have some, but also we have some we could trade. Let's see if our friends have anything worth trading. They don't. Do you have anything worth trading? No. Looking for strategic resources to trade. You! No. Okay. How about if I trade you wormhole station access, a research agreement, and a Galathium ore for a research agreement? Nope. Okay. Didn't think so. I think I'm going to have you poke around here just a little bit and then return down here. Just kind of out of the way, but I'm kind of looking for places to expand right now. And I don't want to expand over here. I kind of want to expand here if at all possible. Oh! I completely forgot something. I let a year and a half pass since I could start integrating these guys. These guys will open up the amount of planets we can settle because they like desert planets.
Research complete.
Cheap reward demands. Ooh, here's a purple tech I'm excited about. We can make horrible space pirate, like the Metroid kind, to be our army. We can make xenomorphs, ravenous hordes of bioengineered horrors. We could already make robot armies, but I think xenomorphs are actually more powerful. Anyways, we've started integrating these guys. How long will it take? It'll take 2 years. We found a holy world, which means there is a fallen empire that of the holy defender persuasion, probably here somewhere. There's some guys down here. Some guys. Ooh, I forgot about you guys. That is very unfavorable. Get out of here, squid face. You? Nope, didn't think so. Also, that would not be a great deal. Nobody has any strategic resources to trade. Here I am looking for uranic crystals. You know, at least we have the ship hull points one, which is pretty good if you're a heavy on cruisers and stuff type fleet, which I tend to be. I tend to prefer heavy. Anyways, this has been 2 hours and 45 minutes. I've been brought a burger, which I think is how the last Stellaris stream ended. The Z fighters of Kame House have started on their way to... we are a little over a year away from starting to become roboticists. We are 2 years away from fully integrating our protectorate. We have lost many, many scientists to pirates and 2 separate scientists to the same galactic horror. And we're on our way towards becoming a galactic contender. At a rough start, though. Look at this big blotch here, and how there is absolutely jack all here worth anything. I've really had to lean on my border outposts to get anything good. Are there any desert planets nearby? I'm looking for red planets. Arctic, Savannah, but a size 17. Arctic, Tomb World, Savannah, size 24. This place is probably worth expanding to, especially because it's by a primitive. What are these guys? Yeah, these guys are the horses. So these guys will be worth bringing into the fold. So there is expansion in the future for us. Ooh, there's red worlds down here. Savannah, Tomb, Arctic, Desert 13 sucks. Desert 12 also sucks. So not a whole lot of expansion opportunities down here. Especially not the Tomb Worlds. If there is a Holy Fallen Empire, I would prefer not to settle Tomb Worlds. Anyways, this has been good turtling for now. And next time, we'll be coming here in the Z Fighters. I don't know when. Probably whenever my randomizer for Dark Souls craps out. But, see you later!